Okay, so basically, I'm here to talk about self-injury. And self-injury is a coping mechanism, just like drugs and alcohol and eating disorders. Those are all coping mechanisms. And I'm just going to talk about ways you can overcome self-injury. And self-injury is cutting yourself, burning yourself, scratching yourself. Those are all different forms of self-injury. And I just want to say, so just say that like your parents get a divorce tomorrow, and you need a way to cope. So you have all this rage, and you're depressed, and all this rage inside, and you need to cope. So you cut, or you burn, or you scratch, or you hurt yourself, and you just need to let all of that pain go. But so does it make you feel better? For the moment, it may. But what about 10 years from now when your daughter says, Mommy or Daddy, what are all those scars all over your arms? What are you going to say then? Are you going to lie to your own kid and say, oh, make up a lie? How are you going to feel then? Or how are you going to feel? Is it going to feel better when you accidentally kill yourself because you hit a vein or something and it just never stops bleeding? um, no, you won't feel better. And I think some ways that you can overcome self injuring is find a different coping mechanism. Um, find something you love to do and put all of your anger and your hurt and put it into that. And just so if you love to run, when you're angry and you're upset and you want to cope by self-injuring, try a different coping mechanism and put on your shoes and just run. Don't stop running. Just run and run and run. Or if you like to write it all down. Or if you need to talk to somebody, talk to your parents, a counselor, your friends, or even email someone on MySpace or something. I don't know. Talk to someone. And something that I learned from someone is that Karina Fugate, she would hold an ice cube in her hand and it would melt and it would hurt, but it would not harm herself or leave scars. So that's what she did. She would hold on to the ice cube in her hand and let it melt, and it hurt. And that was a way to cope, you know. And it let out all of her anger and her rage, and she felt better. And for you to say, oh, well, none of those things will work, that is just telling me and everyone else that you do not want to overcome this cutting, burning, scratching, self injuring addiction because you have not even tried. And if you try running and it doesn't work, then try something else. That might not be a good enough coping mechanism. Try dancing, and just dance your heart out. You need to find a different way to cope because this is the wrong way to cope. And I know it's hard, but everyone can overcome self injury.